We contracted to be under a spell for a specific time as far as being human. You get what I'm saying? We won't be able to do it until we at least upload out of the human form 70%. And right now, we're almost at that percentage. So right now, it's not even a matter of whether the ancestors going to break the satellites. They're just going to fall down due to the upload that we have in our body that'll reach a certain percentage. So once our melanin reach a certain percentage of magnetism, those satellites is going to fall out of space. And you have different types of satellites. You have satellites that is trapping us in this dimension. And you have satellites that's trapping dimensions that's trying to come in to pull us into those newer dimensions, which is connected to our mental. So the pineal gland is the only cord that is connected to those dimensions. So the melanin is becoming a new magnetic force that will knock down those towers. It will dislocate the communicators that is trying to get us from moving into other dimensions and from other dimensions moving into us. So they've been lying to us. The physical eyes is tricking us. The physical eyes is making us think that we are somewhere when in actuality we're really not anywhere. So right now we say I'm going down the street or I'm inside of a room. You're really nowhere. There's no way to prove that. It's just that we've been taught that. Anybody that'll watch you or hear somebody say something like that, they'll be like, what the hell is he talking about? But that's because they lost themselves. They go on based off somebody else who created that reality, that so-called reality for them. You get what I'm saying? I can't even prove that I'm talking to you right now. The only reason why I can prove that I'm talking to you inside of the Matrix definition is because the Matrix gave me that perception of being able to see that, okay, I'm talking to somebody or I'm communicating with something, when in actuality, you can really be me. You get what I'm saying? So we could be having a conversation with each other, but we really each other and don't even know it. You get what I'm saying? So to answer your question about the satellites falling out of space, all of the satellites in space ain't physical. So let's talk about that, because we've seen it. I do talk about the physical satellites that's keeping our DNA suppressed, right? But there's other satellites up there that we can't see with the physical eye. And those satellites is connected to us. We keeping it up there and don't even know it. Whenever we eat genetically modified foods, and then we drink their waters, and then we engage in conversations that's on low frequencies, such as fear frequencies, what happens is our body emits certain emissions into the atmosphere that keeps those unseen satellites suppressing us. So it's basically we having a spiritual suicide. We committing spiritual suicide by eating the foods that's suppressing those forces in us, that's communicating to those things that's circulating around the earth, right? Those unseen satellites. So yeah, the satellites that's up there, the physical satellites is going to come down once that melanin reach 70% of a new magnetic connection to certain plates inside of the stars, because the stars is now producing certain plates as well, and these plates is giving off a chemical reaction, and it's going to cause us to have a chemical imbalance inside of the brain, and that's what's going to 100% connect us to those chemicals that's inside of the stars, and those stars is going to go to war. This is where the movie concept of Star Wars come from. You get what I'm saying? So when you see Star Wars, this is not just some movie that we're talking about. We're talking about the stars really go to war with certain things in the atmosphere that's unseen, and these stars that's going to war is connected to the melanin in us. It's just that when you come to this planet and you reincarnate on this planet takes away the oxygen in the air, takes away a lot of your memory. Your genetic code shut down. If you go to Mars right now, that thing that they call junk DNA, the scientists call junk DNA, it will spark immediately. It will come online. You will go right onto the internet. I ain't talking about the computer. I'm talking about you will go right online to the universal internet, where you will be able to browse every dimension by going through certain portals and firewalls. You got living forces and entities in your genes right now, but they was turned off at birth due to the cow's milk, the Similac, which has strontium, mercury. You get what I'm saying? Things of that nature, lead. Then you have certain metals in it. They put even lower percentages of chemtrails inside of it. So when you ingest this, as a baby, they don't tell you that the science of a child or a newborn is that they so spiritual that they can see into other dimensions sitting in one room. So they could be sitting in their baby crib, and they could be looking up in the sky, and you'll be looking at them and be like, what you looking at? But they'll be seeing through a portal, you get what I'm saying, smiling at a past life that they just came from, and you wouldn't even understand what they doing. See, a cat and a newborn have the same spiritual perceptions. They can see through portals that have portals in them. They can see things that will not put fear in them because it isn't inside of them yet. We going to war right now, don't even know it. So we down here partying, shopping, engaging in their holidays, stressing because we can't buy kids things that really ain't gonna mean nothing to them years from now. You get what I'm saying? We ain't giving them principles. We're not raising them based on good principles, how to run their own economy, breaking curses and spells in the family, such as, you know what I mean, high blood pressure and diabetes. Even though we're the highest carriers of these illnesses, we'd rather buy them toys that's going to be sitting in the closet or broken in the next few weeks. You get what I'm saying? There's no principle in that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all spiritual too. So when you are engaging your intention on teaching things that you produce to be weak, what happens is you go against the very spiritual morals of your gates and windows that you cross over into when you're going back through that loop to reincarnate into whatever life you're going to. But autistic children see things before it happens. Just like a cat and a dog knowing their master is on the way home from work. They'll go to the front door even though the car ain't even pulled up to the front yard yet. But they'll be at the front door waiting, and the person who owns the house is still 10 minutes away. You have a sense in your brain that can sense certain things, which is your subconscious. So autistic children, it's good to be around them during certain ceremonial events when it's going on in the star system, because they are jumpers. They can save you from certain things. This is why sometimes you may be leaving and they might scream real loud or start humming real loud or their energy get real aggressive. It's because they can't tell you something. They don't speak your language in certain aspects. They're trying to keep you from going somewhere or doing something. So you get up off the couch to go check the food, right? And they're in there getting aggressive before you go into the kitchen, right? And then they keep you in the living room before you eat the food. Next thing you know, the stove done blew up. Boom. And you might not even look at that and say, oh, damn, my child saw that. You might see that as just a regular event. I left the stove on and it blew up. But the autistic child saw that before it even occurred. And that's why they get aggressive, to throw you off, to keep you from going into the kitchen. They are jumpers. They are star jumpers. They are the cousins of star seeds. Two different tribes, but they are cousins. So autistic children are not fully uploaded. That's why their attention is not here all the way like ours. There's nothing wrong with them. That don't make them handicapped. It's just that their attention or some of their consciousness is stuck somewhere inside of another dimension or another lifetime. And they could be inside of a coma where parts of them left that body and came over here and was born in another body to pick up something that helped them come out of that coma in that dimension where they're in the coma at.